Hi there. Good evening. It's show time for the 5,000 word bank challenge. And presently we are on animal themed idioms. And we've taken more than 50 idioms. And today we shall be going on to number 56. We'll know sure. Okay. So, just to tell you why am I on this mission? Well, I'm here out to help all those who are dreaming to work, study, or migrate abroad. And if you want to do that, you have to pass the screening test of English language proficiency. And unless you clear that test with the high band score, you're not likely to get admission or even get your visas because there is a minimum requirement for that, a band score. Okay. So, moreover, when you go to work, study, or even migrate outside, it will always help you if you have learned to communicate in English because it's a global language today. Hmm? So, when you can communicate well, you are confident. When you can communicate well, you can crack a job. When you can communicate well, you can upskill in a job. When you can communicate well, there is better harmony, more congenial relationships because you can communicate. Language is power if you use these words with power. You know, words can make or unmake anything, your life, your career, your relationship, your job, even your mindset. So if you learn to use them with care and the right note or the right tone, it will give you that pep, it will give you that edge, it will give you that finesse. So language learning is a must, and it precedes many other skills. You may be a great so and so, so and so. You may be a great doctor, lawyer, CA, artist. I'm talking of the old cliched careers. Well, they are as vibrant today, but then you need to be a good communicator also. It will be like a feather in your cap. It will be like an extra jewel, an extra ornamentation, an extra addition. So communication is always good to learn, and English language is the go-getter today. So here I am helping you to gain vocabulary and enrich your English language. If you have a rich word bank and you've learned to use them precisely with accuracy at the right time, at the right place, your language becomes not only wonderful, impactful, but flamboyant too. Okay, so now I'm on my spree of idioms, and presently we are doing animal themed idioms. So I have brought more animal themed idioms for you today. But before that, I will first revise the homework given to you yesterday. So, how will these idioms help you? Uh, these idioms will help you because I'm not just giving you the idioms, I'm giving you the synonyms. Either use the idiom or use this synonym. I'm even giving you collocation phrases. So if not that, you can use them as the. So it all depends what you are thinking, where you want to use it. So I may show you, I may help you learn many, but unless you use them with precision, it will not make an impact. And this comes with practice. So you have to practice. I hope you're there, out there, with your notebook and a pen, waiting for me. And yes, let's launch into this. And before that, I will just share my this thing. Yeah, I'll share my screen so that you know you can read it all. Yeah. Here we go. Okay. So we are going to do these 5 idioms today. You must have heard many of them, but perhaps you are not using them as frequently or as much as possible. Raining cats and dogs, the lion's share, like a fish out of water, birds of a feather flock together, and a wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay, so before we come to the new set, let me give you the answers to the quiz I posted on my text. That's on the YouTube link where I give you the text resource every day. So you can trust this information. I got it straight from the horse's mouth. I got it from the person who created that policy, from the person who got this made. So straight from the horse's mouth. So there are no Chinese whispers in between. It is exactly, I'm giving you correct information. That's what you're trying to imply. Finding the lost keys in that huge park was like a wild goose chase. Okay, now there's a big park and you've lost your keys. How you can find your keys there? So it's a wild goose chase. Before you make any hasty decision, okay, it should be decision, and think about the consequences. Hold your horses. Have patience. Bear. You can't just go headlong, take a decision. You need to think over it. So hold your horses. And a nice alliteration here. It's better to let the sleeping dogs lie and not bring up old arguments. So let's not touch the hornet's nest. He moved through the crowded room like a bull in the china shop, knocking over chairs and bumping into people. So when you're clumsy, when you're not balanced, this is what happens. You become a bull in the china cup. So much for the yesterday's questions. And now today. And today again, I have MCQs for you. So just hold, crane your ears and see that you get them. Number one, pouring, raining cats and dogs. Am I repeating here? No. Okay. So it's raining cats and dogs. Raining means, and these are the monsoon days. And it's been raining in Jaipur out here. Yes, even right now it's drizzling. But it's not raining cats and dogs, which it did day before yesterday. Yeah, the roads were in a puddle and there was water running on the streets of our city. So raining cats and dogs. It's pouring, it's bucketing down. So nice words. It was raining cats and dogs, making it impossible to go outside without getting drenched. And what would be the collocations? Heavily raining or torrential rain. So you can even say heavily raining or these are the common words you must have come across. It's heavily raining, you hear it in the news. Then torrential rain, you can substitute it with torrential rain. Phrases. How can you add phrases or use phrases with it? When it rains, cats and dogs. So what will you do? You're caught in the rain when it was raining cats and dogs. Caught in. It's a phrasal verb. You get it? So how different ways you can use the same idiom and you can show that yes, you're glib with the language. It was raining cats and dogs when we left the house, so we got completely soaked. Now the lion's share. It is majority or the bulk, the maximum. You heard that story of this thing, cats, two monkeys fighting over something, and then a cat walks in, maybe. Okay, so the lion's share. She received the lion's share of the inheritance, much to her siblings' dismay. Largest portion or the significant amount. Phrase could be claiming the lion's share, taking the lion's share. Okay. Next is like a fish out of water, uncomfortable or out of place. He felt like a fish out of water during his first day at the new job. It happens when you are new, you don't know anyone, you don't know your workplace, you don't know where to do, how to do, what to do, then you feel uncomfortable. So you're like a fish out of water. And collocations would be feeling uneasy, awkward situation. Looked like a fish out of water, was like a fish out of water. Okay, so looked like. Next is birds of a feather flock together. That similar people associate like-minded individuals. Your vibe attracts your tribe. You even say that. So it's birds of a. There's another one. Chips of the same block. Okay, so there are so many idioms. But just now I'm dealing with animal related, birds and bees. So we are sticking to birds and bees. Bees. So birds of a feather flock together is, it's no surprise they became friends. Birds of a feather flock together. Collocations would be similar interests or the common traits. So birds of a feather tend to flock together. So tend to flock together. Now, a wolf in sheep's clothing. He's a person who's a deceiver, a pretender. Be cautious of him. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay? And what would be the collocation? Hidden danger, disguised threat. hidden danger, or disguised threat. Revealed to be a wolf in sheep's clothing, acted like a wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay? Yeah. So I can now let me check the time. How much do I have the time in hand? No, I'll give you just one example of the paragraph. Suppose you get a writing task. Okay. Some people believe that government investment in the arts is a waste of money and that the money could be better spent on public services. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Suppose there's a question like that. So if you start writing an essay, I'll just give you throw in some examples that this is how you can use, and I've taken some more English words. So government investment in the arts has always been a contentious issue. Okay, so contentious issue, that's a new word for you. While some argue that such an expenditure is frivolous and that funds could be better allocated to essential public services, it's crucial to recognize the significant role that arts play in society. Now, this essay will discuss the importance of government support for the arts. Blah blah. I'll take where I have used the cinnamon, this thing, idiom. To begin with proponents of cutting arts funding often argue that this money could be better spent on healthcare, education, or infrastructure. While these services are undeniably important, it is essential to hold your horses before dismissing the value of arts outright. So you get it? How to rope them in? Not a difficult task. So you have to become glib with using them. Okay, let me just stop sharing it. Here you go. Okay, so you have to become glib with using them, and that glibness will come only when you practice speaking them, when you practice writing them, when you're there trying to use them. Throw them into your friendly conversations, throw them into your friendly talks, or of course in your write-ups wherever you are writing, and then they will become part and parcel of your language. So that to that extent you have to practice idioms, that they become part and parcel of your jargon, of your lingua franca, of your communication style. They become part of you. So that means you have to devote a lot of time, practice with them, and yes, there you are, and your language becomes different. So that becomes your USP. Try, do it. It's not difficult. So I'll bring more idioms to you. Let me see if I can find more of animal idioms. Otherwise, yes, English language is rich, believe me. There's no end to this also. So I'll see you again, same platform tomorrow again. Be ready with your notebooks and be ready for the MCQs, which I'll give you today. See you again tomorrow. Bye.